with a couple of new receivers that you're going to be playing with to kind of find a rhythm and a groove with those guys, with Kenny and Kelvin being gone?
Oh, it's very important, just for their confidence and for our confidence in them. But we trust all the guys we got. I mean, that's why we come to Florida State, to win championships, and we know we got great players. And obviously, those guys that we have are great. So it's going to be fast adjustments and probably some timing, just timing with me and them, and we're going to get this thing rolling.
James, what's the schedule like for you? Jimbo said you're only going to miss one practice. What's it just like on your body between being over there, being over at football, still having to do academics and all that stuff? How's the schedule just like for you?
This is the funnest part of my life right now because I'm busy, and the busier I can get is the better for me. So I enjoy doing both, going back and forth. But obviously, people it's hard on the body, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm young, and I'm pretty sure I can make it.
Do you have to do extra? Do you have to do anything extra just to keep your body not from getting worn out?
No, just sleep probably. Sleep extra. I literally have no time on my hands now. Now, usually I can have some downtime with the guys, but now it's just I gotta go home, go to bed, get some film work in, and then just call it a night.
Obviously the receivers is new, but you're also going to have a new center. How important is that relationship? Is knowing getting in a good group with Austin and knowing how you're going to work.
The good thing is Austin has a lot of experience, and especially him having to get in situations last year with the Wake Forest game and the Maryland game, that helped him out. And then him playing some his freshman year, so the center is none of my worries at all. Obviously, we got our whole offensive line back, and the guys around him love Austin. And, I mean, I just got an all-around great group of guys that's in front of me.
James, is this going between the two sports actually easier because you've done it once before, you kind of know what you're getting into?
Yeah, by far. I mean, it's just, I think, like I said, when it's a lot of, like, when I'm always busy, that's the most important thing, because I don't really worry about going back and forth. It's just making sure I have everything down packed. Me and Coach Fisher, we communicate. Me and Coach Meat, we communicate, and the communication around here is real good. So I never have to worry about anything.
This spring's got to be different for you. You're kind of coming off a national championship season before you were taking the quarterback down. Now you're going to kind of be the mentor of guys like John Franklin and McGuire.
Well, I mean, Sean came in with me, so obviously it's going to be good for him to get reps, and I know he's looking for that opportunity to do that, and it's going to be real good for the guys to get used to being around him, because he can show what he can do, because with Jacob and Clint being in last spring, he got kind of overshadowed, but he's great too. And it's good that we always have good quarterbacks, and that's what Coach Fisher produces is great quarterbacks, and having Sean take that leadership role and just having some extra leaders around and having Rashad step up and talk more when knowing that I'm going to be going back and forth, but I'm still going to do my role, and I'm going to lead the team the way I can. But if I'm gone, especially this weekend, it's going to give a lot of guys the opportunity to just keep things going right.
You get to see John Franklin much? I know he's with the scout team last year. You had a chance to work with him much?
When he first got here, I showed him the playbook, and I used to watch film with him all the time. John actually made me get better, because while we was up there watching film, I was actually learning what I needed to do. So obviously, me and John have a good relationship. Our lockers right next to each other, so I'm looking forward to him having a great spring.
How much can that help your progression? Because you spent time with the scout team as well. How much can working with that scout team kind of help you along as a quarterback going against?
Well, when you have our defense, I mean, it's either you could take it a bad way or you could take it in a good way. And I took it in a good way. And I think John did the same thing, especially him seeing the guys getting used to the speed and having that year to just see, like, wow, these guys are different from high school guys. That's going to help him out a lot in the long run.
What are you specifically working on this spring? What do you want to develop?
Holding the ball up a little higher, and my hips. I got to get my hips into the balls that I throw. And Coach Fisher being a perfectionist and having Coach Sanders actually the one to bring that to my attention a lot, and he's always on me, and I know Coach Fisher always on him about me. So that's one thing about me. I always want to get better, and having coaches like Coach Fisher and Coach Sanders, I'm never going to be the type of guy to just sit back and just let things go, and I know they ain't going to let stuff pass them. So I'm going to get better on my hips and get the ball up higher, and I'm going to start throwing rockets.
Coming off of a national championship season, is there more buzz around the team wanting to get back out there for spring practice?
Yeah, we was talking about that the other day. Me and Rashad, we was like, we actually want to be out there and play football, man, because we want to go out there and redeem ourselves and keep the crystal ball or whatever trophy it is in Tallahassee. And that's the most important thing. And that's one thing that we had last year. We had that chip on our shoulder that we had the hunger and the greed for that trophy. Now that we got it, we still got a chip on our shoulder because we're trying to redeem ourselves. We're trying to keep it. And we don't want nobody to take our prize.
Does this spring feel different for you? Obviously, I think it has to. You were in a quarterback battle last year, and this year you're the returning Heisman winner. So, do you come into it with a different mindset at all?
Nah, man. It's football, and that's what I love to do. Nothing feels different for me. Like, the Pitt game feel different for me in the Auburn. Well, the atmosphere was different, but it was still a football game that we had to go out there and win. So coming in this spring, I'm gonna have the same mentality, relentless, try to lead my team to another national championship. And obviously, it's a little easier on me because I feel that I have the spot. But Sean's a great quarterback, and I know I'm gonna keep working. I know Sean's good enough to know. I know that I'm gonna keep getting pushed. And I promise you, Coach Fisher ain't gonna let me become complacent. And I promise you, he'll play mind games with it. He'll put Sean in there, and Sean will be on one of his own days where he's just throwing rockets all down the field and he can't miss nothing. And coach will see me on that sideline real fast and show me like, hey, we don't need you.
Obviously, you know, the receivers you've got now are very good and can do a lot of the same things. But what's the difference between throwing to a guy that's maybe smaller and fast off the Terminator or a Bobo as opposed to throwing to a guy like a KB?
Well, probably just the size. I mean, but the thing you think about Kermit and Bobo, people like KB, he's a rare. He can catch the ball and do something with the ball after. But Kermit and Bobo, they going to catch the ball, and you're not going to tackle them in the first two tackles. They're going to catch the ball, and they're going to get extra yards like you see Rashad did last year. Those little guys, Rashad not really little, but those little guys that can catch balls and make plays like Kermit touched the ball like 10 times last year, probably had about 7 touchdowns. And Bobo is just as electric as Kermit, but Kermit he's special. I'm going to look forward to giving him the ball.
When you talk about the difference in size with those guys, do you have to be a little bit more accurate because they don't have the length to go out and get some balls to a guy like Kelvin?
Our little guys can jump out the gym. I'm pretty sure those guys can dunk, but obviously I got to improve on my accuracy anyway. That's as a quarterback, you got to do that anyway. But I don't think when you have guys like KB, you kind of get spoiled. But you got to think about KB was the only huge wide receiver that I had. So and obviously Rashad led the team in yards, and I don't know if Kenny led the team in receptions. I don't know, but having guys like that, good quality guys, possession guys that can make plays. Because you're not going to find many wide receivers like KB. That's why he probably need to be the first receiver taken.
Yeah, we talked about your center being different, but how happy are you to have 4 guys back on the offensive line you're familiar with and have a relationship with?
I feel like I got 5 guys. I mean, I'm familiar with Barron. I mean, he's a great guy. I spent a lot of time with Barron, especially over this spring, and Barron's a great guy. I mean, him and Jake were close, and all of us, me, Nick O'Leary, all that whole gang, we hang out. And I don't feel like I'm just having 4 back. I feel like I'm having 5 back.
How much role do you have calling out like slide protections, and how much of a role does the center have when you're up at the line of scrimmage?
Center is more on run, and I'm more on pass. So that's going to be the same.
2 more questions.
Got a calendar or something that reminds you where to be since you got so much going on?
Nah, man. Kerwin just texts me and tells me where to go, and I'm there.
He's your calendar.
He is. He's my memo man.
Need to have Hapley back. I mean, he missed all last season. I know Jim was raved about him. And you had really last year really O'Leary, but now you got 2 guys.
Oh man, I cannot wait to open new packages with Hapley because he's a specimen. He's one of those guys that can make a huge impact. One of those silent assassins on our team that. The year before with EJ, he was a great asset to our team, and now having Nick having help and having somebody on his side, and we can do different formations and things, and just spread the ball out to anybody, and that's very. It makes me smile, especially in our offense, to give us more weapons.